Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Dark and Light. My house is pretty much finished now, as you can see. It's a very, very basic build. I tried my very best to do something fancy with it, and I literally couldn't figure anything out. I need other materials, that's what I need. I need contrasting materials, I need different things and stuff around the place. It just ended up being straight walls. Walls straight up with no detail or depth or character or anything. About the only thing I managed to do was get this side building here and have a sloped roof with a dormer window up on the top there. A little bit of something, I suppose, but with the sloping roofs I had to have something that goes on here like this, and there didn't appear to be any like corner slopes. By corner slopes I mean like to bring the slope down a corner section. I've even got an overhang over here just to see what that looked like, just to make that a little bit bigger up the top floor. But it still looks like a very basic shack, and I suppose that is literally what it is. It's all about just making the basic shack to start off with. I'm also sporting the latest in leather armor. Previously I was in some kind of druidic stuff that I bought at the shop. I just bought it at the shop for, well, quite a lot actually, quite a lot of gold, and I've lost it a couple of times, so I'm quite pleased with this one. This one was handcrafted by me. It is a craftable leather breastplate. It gives an armor of 25. My helmet is 25 armor. My leggings, actually my druidic trousers are the ones that I had previously. They are armor 10, magic proof 20, so they give me a bit of magic proof, which is quite cool. And my boots are also the druid ones that I bought, which are armor 10, magic proof 20. Whereas these are leather that I made myself, 25 armor. So I got a little bit more armor now, but a little bit less magic resistance it seems. I don't seem to have any magic resist here, except these were saying that they get some kind of magic proof 20. I don't know if that's a thing that I can take them off, put them back on. Gain magic resist. There we go. I've gained magic resist. Bugs in the game. It needed to recalculate. 20 on, that off, recalculate. There we go. That's it. So that works now. Maybe that could be deadly if you've just got all this cool armor on and you need to recalculate every time you want to use it. But anyway, upstairs here, a very simple kind of attic room. We are very close to the starter city, so this is very much my starter base. I'd like to find a few more things. These are like the armor sets that I've had previously. There's the druidic tunic that I've replaced now. I've also found a rare boar saddle. A boar saddle. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? Get a boar to do some work for us. That's what we're going to work on. Maybe not today, but whatever. I also found a craftable druidic staff from somewhere. I think I found it in a meteor, or maybe on a dead goblin, or a dead skeleton, or something like that. And I made myself quite a few arrows in a large supply of arrows, and I stored all that kind of stuff up here in the bed chamber. I want to build a bed. Right? I want to build a bed, but beds are level 15, and I'm still at only level 13, so I've got a little bit of crafting to do. Today, I want to do something that I can do at my current level, and hopefully I've got enough of everything to do it as well. I think it was just some of that. I don't know if it was any twine, to be honest. I think it might be something less than that. This is kind of my building supplies and common supplies type storage area. I think it was those. Let's see. There's a thing called a standing torch. Let's have a look. Standing torch. Here we go. Or a wall torch, should I say. A wall torch is available for me. I can't remember what level it was supposed to be. I also need some stone. I can't remember what level it came out to me. I think we'll find out in the skills. It's very difficult to keep track of what you got and where you got it from. Like, we've got all the straw work completed, but it doesn't say what level we completed it at or anything like that. So, decor-wise, these were completed for rank 2, which I presume was before 15 levels, because we can't do this schematic, the brazier. We can't do that until level 15. That's something we can't do until 15. This schematic of a standing torch unlocks just as soon as I've collected enough flowers and done stuff like that. So, not long, I guess. While I'm doing to level 15, I should be able to get enough experience to get up to that as well. We'll see. But the the armor and stuff like that, the armor crafting that I've got was literally just the leather greaves and leather breastplate, leather boots, leather gauntlets and leather helmet, but I think I ran out of hide. Yeah, I'm going to need to do hunting down something to get hide. And the next ranks of stuff don't even unlock until level 20, so I've got a while for that. I think looking at the levels of things and stuff that we've got available, I think the next thing is in the farming section, where once we've harvested seeds from shrubs, which I don't know how to do that yet, and craft farming items, I will unlock rank 1 in farming, which would be good. Harvest seeds from shrubs though. I'm guessing that the harvest seeds from shrubs requires me to get an iron scythe. Now an iron scythe doesn't require me to smelt iron, and is available in the level that I'm at. The next thing up will be an iron dagger, and then iron axes and stuff when we get to 18 and 24. But for right now, I can get this iron scythe, and it reaps rewards from shrubs than reaps more rewards from shrubs than harvesting by hand. So we need to work up to that, okay? So harvest stone from boulders, craft stone weapons and tools, all that kind of stuff. But first, in my decor, I want to do some of these torches, because my house, as you can see right now, or as you can't see right now, proving my point for me, is very dark. Let me just cast another light spell. So we've got a little bright light for the YouTubes, so you can see a little bit better what's going on. And let's do some crafting, because we can. So these wall torches, I am going to craft as many as I can, because I want as many as I can up and around the place. I want to see what they look like. I'll do standing torches next. It's also giving me a decent amount of XP while we're doing it. So good. What? Are they all on the queue? They are all on the queue? Yes, they're all on the queue. Good. So we're getting these standing torches. Now, I don't know how to do these yet, so this is the first time for everything. Let's have a look, see how they place, see what they look like. We want them around the doors and windows, so let's have one on that door frame there, I guess. We can't have it up there, we can have it just there. Okay, now does it burn down the place when we go for it? Let's put a little bit of straw in there and light the fire. Let's see what it looks like. Fairly decent. Fairly decent. Not bright, I wouldn't say bright. Maybe my bright light is actually more than it. Scorpia, I can see fairly well because of my light source. It's a very dim light source, isn't it? It's a very dim light source. I'm going to need a lot of those around, aren't I? A lot of them. So let's put one the other side as well then. So around about the same height. I wish I wasn't hovering over my own shabby door right now, so I could see a bit better where I'm looking. About there. And then go and have a look inside it. And put one wood in there and see how long one wood lasts. I put a whole piece of wood in there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so I got these. That's one thing that I wanted to do in today's episode. I wanted to put a load of these around so that when we've got a chance, we can light things up around the place. I think I'm going to put them fairly high in this room because I don't want to block areas where I'm going to be building stuff in the future. So let's put a few across here. I'm trying to keep the same kind of build height, although it is my starter house, so I'll forgive myself in the future if there is anything weird looking about it. Can they only stack in 2s? They can only stack in 3s for some reason. Okay. For some reason these wall torches only stack in 3s. Okay, let's try very hard to get that one in there as well. It's now daylight, so I don't really need these torches, but you know, we've got I think we've got a setting on the server here where we have slightly quicker nights and longer days. Then that's a setup that we prefer. It's kind of like having a sleep through the night mechanic, but without having beds early on, we can't physically sleep through the night. So I think they've got it right with changing the settings a little bit so that we can go through the night fairly quickly. I mean, we still have a night, we still have baddies and stuff come along, but we don't have a long night. It doesn't feel like it's too long, which is good. And we do have a long day, which feels good. Now, can I turn these off as well? Extinguish fire with an E. There we go. Okay. And if I extinguish that torch, now that wall torch is going to have no wood in it. Yeah. So I'm going to put some wood in it for later on tonight. Each night is going to need... Nope, turn that off. Each night is going to need another spot of something to cook in it, isn't it? That's going to be the big problem there, is sorting all those out. I'd also like some up in the bedroom here. Speaking of beds, I would really like to get to bed and other things as well in today's episode. I'm kind of in the limbo between 13 and 15 right now. I know I've got a lot of experience that I need to collect. Sit down there. I've got a lot of experience that I need to collect and sort out, and it's going to take some grinding, but at the same time I wanted to show you where I'm at right now, and that's 13th level and ready to start grinding out the next level. And I'm focused on getting bushes and all that kind of stuff and going through the scythe and doing what I can with the scythe before we hit 15th level. Now there was something else that I wanted to build as well, and I don't know if it's available. Is this it? The resurrection altar. Yes, there we go. The resurrection altar is another thing that we're allowed to build at this level, but it costs some interesting ingredients that we haven't come across yet. There's this, I think it's some kind of ground salt or ground dirt or ground something or other, and there's another ground something or other here, and then there's this here and that and that. I think there's another way of opening this up so we can see better what it is. Let's put the schema on there and then hold 6. It should tell me what I can use it for. 6. Here we go. So it's got kind of a little glitch to it, but still you can see better than we could have before. So quartz sand, sulfur powder, bones, hide, and magic shards. Now, I expect that the quartz sand is rock in a pestle and mortar, and sulfur powder is the sulfur rock in a pestle and mortar. So, pestle and mortar is the first thing on my agenda now. Let's have a look. Pestle and mortar. I know I unlocked it recently. There it is. So now we're going to use the pestle and mortar in order to craft the next tier of thing that I want. But we need some hide and things for that, don't we? So look, see what I've got in here. I think I've got 24. I don't know if that's enough to make the pestle and mortar. It is just enough. Yes, good. We'll craft one of those then. And I'll place that down in this room as well. This is kind of like my little kitchen at the minute. I'm hoping to get workbenches and all sorts of stuff on here after a little while. But for right now, this is where I'm going to be preparing my food and all that kind of stuff. Let's get it there. There we go. It's on the floor. You can just about see it with all the text popping up everywhere. There it is. Pestle and mortar. It's actually 2 pestle and mortar by the looks of it. Let's search it. So let's put the stone in there. Yes, that unlocks quartz sand. Okay, and we need 75 of that, so I'll make some of that in a sec. And this is sulfur ore, and we need that to make sulfur powder. Okay, so I needed 75 of each. How much do I need of this right now? This makes well, let's see how much it makes. One makes 1. Okay, so I don't need any more than 70 something making, so let's put 74 in there, and it was 75 I needed, so let's craft all 74 in there. Now hopefully I can just walk away from it and it'll carry on doing that for me while I'm in the area, and I can go out and get some collection done, because I need a few more bits of stone, and that will also equal giving me a few more bits and pieces that are going to be useful in other experience areas, like my melee crafting and alchemy as well, according to that, which is pretty cool. Smack it about a bit. There we go, that's gone. That one's gone. There's been a whole new update out, and they've upgraded some of the map areas, and some of the bits and pieces are cool looking. I think I just saw some kind of big nasty over there. Not sure I want to attract its attention just yet. I've unlocked some stuff, ice chunk, glass bottle and things. Hopefully that predator that I just saw was something that will run away and go and eat stuff. Oh, there it is, stalking over here. Stalking the local stuff. I'm kind of hoping that I can keep it away now. Has it got? It's going to be a bequest or something like that. They kind of have a mouse over now. If we can get in line with it somewhere around here. I'm not sure where it went. We can see the bramble hopper. Now we can see what level they are and all that kind of stuff while we're looking at it, which is cool. And I really don't want bramble hops coming over here when there's something out there trying to eat them all. It's kind of attracting the attention of the carnivore to come over here and eat the fluffy bunny rabbit. So fluffy bunny rabbit, I'll have you for my tea instead, okay? Yeah, just stand there, why don't you? Did you just fall over? Whoa! What was that? That was some giant spear happened. What the heck? Is that one of my arrows? That might be quite a big glitch if that's one of my arrows. Either that or a god just shot an arrow at me from somewhere up in that castle. What the heck? Okay, can I search this guy? He's got nothing in particular. Should I smack him? Hey sheep, you really don't want to get in the way while I'm doing this. Oh, it's gone. It's disappeared. I picked up the arrow. Oh, it was my arrow. I wonder if I could do that again. Wow, that was weird. So glitches are us today. That's cool. Alright, so let's fire an arrow down there. And is it a normal arrow? It looks like a normal arrow. Yes. And I just picked it back up again. So that huge arrow was actually my own arrow. Somehow massively glitched out. I wonder if it's because I did it while I zoomed in. Nope. It was not because I did it while I was zoomed in. Wow, I can't even recreate that glitch. I gotta find it again though. Can I find my arrow? I can't find my arrow. Oh well, I've lost my arrow. Could be worse. Could be worse. I'm really at a loss for words. I don't know what to say about that. That's just crazy. That was quite an interesting glitch that I can't duplicate. Which means that it's not really a glitch, it's just my imagination, isn't it? If you can't duplicate a glitch, then it can't be fixed because nobody knows why it's doing it, why it's happening. That's why you can't report mods and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put 75 stone in here. Let's just get back on with what I was actually doing, right? Put 75 stone. Can I put 75 stone in there? Yeah, and then craft 75 of that quartz sand. Right, that's what we needed for that one. What else was it we needed to prepare? So we're getting both of those sorted out. The resurrection altar just basically means that I'm going to resurrect here at my house. Quartz sand, sulfur powder, 15 bones, 15 hides, and 100 shards. Okay, well, I think I've got... Oh, I nearly had 15 hide. I've got 3 more hide to get. And that's about it. Let's cook some meat as well while we're here. Okay, so I'm just going to get the few ingredients I still need while cooking up a little bit of this meat so that I've got some stuff to eat as well while I'm pottering around. And I'll be right back to make that resurrection altar. Woohoo! Yes! So, while collecting just those few little bits, while collecting them, I managed to get the level up of 14 and also did enough smashing of things in order to get the iron scythe unlocked. So let us see what we can get done here. I don't know about the iron scythe right now. I think I need to go and find some iron somewhere. I think I've only got copper in my little cupboard of things. Do I now have copper? No. Yeah, I've only got copper here. Maybe that iron scythe can be made by that. I did get some iron ore, but I don't know. I don't know if I can or not. I haven't got the foggiest right now. I do know that I'm nearly there with making this altar thing anyway. This altar here, which needs just 15 bones and the sulfur and that now. I've got all the hide and all that kind of stuff that I needed. Let's get the stuff out of the pestle and mortar. Wanted 75 of that, 75 of that, and let's have a look in my fire, see if I've got some food, because I'm feeling a bit peckish. Let's get some food on the go. And we've got that. Yes, I think we've got everything I need now. Pretty much everything I need anyway. Let's see. 6, so what is it? 15 bones, that was it. 15 bones, 28 bones. Nice. Okay, so we can now craft it. And it's a powerful altar for resurrecting the dead. Construct this to add a respawn location on death and teleport between altars. So teleport between altars is another important thing. To be able to click on one altar and teleport to another altar, like teleporting from one house to another. Hopefully that's crafting, yes. So where should I put the teleportation altar? How big is it? It's kind of okay in there, maybe? No? That's not going to work. It's going to work in here, so it can work in here. I can do it on a slant. I can make it work on a slant. That's pretty cool. That's not what I want, but that's pretty cool. Let's put it up out the way so that we're kind of in a safe place over here. Yeah, we'll have it in the bedroom over here. We can turn it round as well. Okay, so we can spin it. Which way around? It doesn't really matter. I don't suppose which way around matters at all. So let's just kind of line it up for the OCD among you as best we can and see what it's all about. So that's a reviving altar owned by Nemsun. Fast travel drops items similar to like the beds in Ark. Yeah. Rename the altar into Nemsun. No, come on, let's rename it. Nemsun's starter house. There we go. Accept that. So there's our revival altar, and we should be able to fast travel. Do we fast travel to anywhere? Falcon's beak, soul not protected, soul nodes. We can't actually travel to any of these soul nodes. It's weird. There's a soul node. Centaur camp, shrine. I don't really want to travel to any of these because, well, you know, I might fall over and die very quickly. But there's a lot of them around here, and none of them look like I can get to them. Altars, there's only this one over here, I guess. So travelling from that altar, I can't travel to any other altar known whereabouts or anything like that. Okay? So nothing I can do. So that's fine. I wasn't expected to be able to go from one reviving altar to another quite so simply, was I? But that's cool. I like that. I like that I've been able to craft that. And I think that now it's time for me to head out into the world and do some more leveling up before next episode. I thank you all very, very much for watching today's episode of Dark and Light, creating the Resurrection Altar and some wall torches to give us nice light in the evenings. I will see you in the next episode where we should be checking out this iron scythe and doing a bit of farming. Alright, until next time, goodbye.